Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you once again for jumping on the United Regional Chambers update show. We try to bring on some interesting guests and some folks to inform you of some of the things that are available around. And today, my guest is Danielle Harbour with Be Local and N2 Publishing. She's got a fabulous resource for any newcomers coming into the area and any local homeowners. So, Danielle, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jack. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So, tell us a little bit about you first.
Sure. I live in Attleboro. I've been here for 25 years, moved from out of state. I have two kids, been married to my husband for 25 years. But prior to joining N2 and partnering with them, I was a corporate executive for many, many years. I worked at a men's big and tall apparel store, actually, where I was the vice president of digital merchandising and was just praying for God to put something different in my life. And I ended up getting an email from N2 Publishing, which is a franchise. I have a couple of magazines in the area that are franchises, and I went for it in 2018, and it's been fantastic ever since.
Well, now that we've brought up the magazine, tell us about it.
Okay, great. I actually have two in the area. We the Cliffs goes to a high end area in North Attleboro, and it's all about that community, their kids and pets, our whole thing is turning neighborhoods into communities where people want to get to know their neighbors better. There's just no great way to do that. We have a social media component, and then we do in person events for that, and it's been fantastic. We launched that in November of 2018, and because that one went so well, I wanted to launch this new product called Be Local. And Be Local goes to new movers when they first move into the area. And it has a ton of content written by the locals. So the best places to go, things to do, and businesses to use. Things like where to find the best ice cream, parks and playgrounds, where to walk your dog, and we have a great dining section as well. So it's been I've lived in the area, like I said, for 25 years, moved from out of state, and I discovered things that I didn't know about from the area. So it's a fantastic resource for new movers when they move in. We direct mail it, but we also have these cards all around town. I don't know if you can see it. It says, "Want to explore Metro Southeastern like a local? Scan here," that you could get to the digital copy online as well. So
Well, it's a great resource for not only new people coming to the area, but also, like you just said, for all of us who have lived here for a long time. You can explore and find yourself in some new places and new businesses. But one of the big values, especially for the Be Local, is when you're moving in from out of the area, you don't know who to use for your landscaping, to paint your house, to do some cleanup. And the resources that Danielle has in her Be Local magazine can answer most of those questions for you. But Danielle, tell us what makes your magazine unique to this area.
well, a lot of times people, they want a way to reach new homeowners, and ours goes directly to them when they first move in. What makes it unique is that this stuff takes years to figure out. I moved here. I didn't even know about the lights at La Salette until I was here for 10 years. So there's a seasonal delight section in here where you can find out about the lights at La Salette, the Jack-o'-lantern spectacular. So what really makes it unique is that it's seasonless, and it's something that people are going to hang on to and refer back to over and over again, stuff that it took us years to figure out. When you first move, you don't know anyone to ask for word of mouth. So this hits their hands and helps them learn about the area right away. We have a whole history and highlights by town section. This was so interesting, and just finding out when all the towns were founded and established. So it's a fantastic resource, and it goes to, we call it Metro Southeastern Massachusetts. So it's all of the Attleboroughs, Norton, East, and Sharon, up to Walpole, Norfolk, Franklin, and all the stuff in the middle. So it's a pretty big area.
And if I was out and about, where could I see this magazine?
There's a few coffee shops that have it out, like Crosby's Coffee, Providence Bagel. We also have these cards all around town, so you could grab that and scan it, or you could go to belocalpub.com, and then we have all of our locations. There's about, I want to say, about 150, 200 across the nation. And in this area, we have, I think there's four of them. So this is the one that, like I mentioned, it's a franchise, so I own the magazine. This is the Metro Southeastern one, but we have Metro West, Minuteman, and South Shore as well. So it's pretty cool.
And if any of our viewers or folks on the radio are really interested and they didn't write that down, you can always reach out to the chamber and would put you directly in touch with Danielle and her magazine. Now, how often are they mailed out?
They mail out every single month. So what's unique also about this is we don't really need to change the content a lot. If it's the best ice cream place now, it's going to be the best ice cream place in a couple months from now, unless something closes, like when Spruce Pond Creamery closed. So we print them and mail them every month, so we can always add new businesses or new advertisers in. But the audience changes every month, so they get one hard copy. We also show it in their Facebook and in Instagram feeds for 6 months after somebody moves, because people spend more in the first 6 months than they do over the next 3 years. When movers move, they're looking to buy because they need all new stuff. And then another way that people could get it, we have a few realtors that are personalizing a copy for themselves, with themselves on the cover and some content to give out to whoever would like one. So that's how you can grab a copy.
And let's talk a minute on the business side, because that's what the Chamber of Commerce does. If you're a local business or a carpenter, a plumber, electrician, anything that a new homeowner would need, are they able to advertise in your magazine?
Absolutely. We do like to meet with everybody face to face first, because we're selective as to who we choose to partner with. We want to make sure, that people are going to show up for the job, that they have a good reputation, because if not, it's a poor reflection on us. So we definitely want to meet with them face to face first. But absolutely, like I mentioned, new homeowners need new everything when they first move in, and they're reestablishing their buying habits. So businesses place a high value on reaching them when they first move. Doctor's office, dentist office, you need a new hair salon, like you mentioned, landscape, or anyone in the trades. So anything for kids and pets, you want to put your kids in daycare or doggy daycare, or you need your dog groomer, etc. Those are all great businesses for us to be able to connect them to their ideal client.
Well, and one of the things that I know about Danielle is she is the queen of networking. If you need to meet somebody or you want to talk to somebody, reach out to Danielle, because she's somebody else who knows everybody in the area, and everybody's getting to know her as well.
Thanks, John.
Now, how about restaurants? Do you give them a review, or is this just stuff that comes from them?
So the restaurants that are listed in here actually came from the locals. But we do have restaurants that want to advertise with us, because usually, I'm sure you've moved at some point in your life, Jack. Maybe not. I know you've been around for a while, but usually when people
I know I'm old, but come on, give me a break.
Well, usually you try like 10 or 15 restaurants near you, right? And then you stick with the same 5 in the rotation. So it's really good for restaurants to want to get in front of people when they first move, so that they could be one of the 5 in the rotation. So yeah, we do have a lot of restaurants that are advertising with us in here, but then we do have this, Let's Eat section where this all came from the locals. And then on top of the dining section, and like I said, all the tips that came from the locals, or all the information that came from the locals, there's actual tips from people. Like, for instance, here's all the breweries and wineries in the area. So Scott is giving us a local tip. If beer or wine isn't your thing, check out Working Man Distillers in North Attleboro for top-notch whiskey, bourbon, and moonshine. That's a great tip. I mean, Working Man's Distillers just opened up. I want to say it's a year, maybe a year and a half. I feel like it's a fog since COVID, but they're kind of tucked away. It would take a long time to find that out. And that's a tip from an actual person that lives in the area. So we have about 30 of those sprinkled throughout too. So it's it's just a great resource for anybody that lives here, and especially if you've just moved to the area.
And those are unsolicited. They're not paid for. They're volunteered basically to you. And what better way to get to know the area than through the locals, folks who have been here for a long time.
Yep. And that's what makes it unique, is all the content came from the locals.
Now, you also do some stuff on social media. Tell us what you do on social media.
I have a couple of different social media sites myself. And then I'm a volunteer for the Attleboro Farmers Market. I'm on the board of directors, so I run the social media sites for them as well. But if anyone wants to follow us, they can follow us at Be Local Metro Southeastern MA, or the Cliffs Living _ North Attleboro. Those are the 2 sites. And we try and just show some of the happenings in the area, highlight some of our business partners, highlight some of the uniqueness of the area in some of the content that the locals gave us. I had done a post on Monday for this past Sunday. There was a ice cream place that opened up in Cumberland, Rhode Island, which is outside of our map, but still close enough to drive to. It's called The Keep, and they have fantastic homemade ice cream. So there was a post for that as well. So we try and highlight a lot of local small businesses that are doing a great job in the area.
And you do a fabulous job for us.
Thank
And on another time, on another show, we'll bring you on to talk about the Ottawa Farmers Market, because it's one of the most popular markets in the New England area.
It is the #1 market in Massachusetts. We were voted
Yes,
#1. Yeah.
Yes, it is. So any last thoughts for us, Danielle?
I would say definitely check it out online. It's a great resource. If you're a small business and you're looking to advertise, when you flip through it, you can actually click on one of the ads and it goes directly to your website. So it's a great resource for any consumer looking for your business. And I just urge you to check it out, because you'll discover things you never knew were here. Like, I don't know, Jack, have you heard of Simpson Springs in Easton?
I have, because like you mentioned earlier, I'm very old and I've been around for a long time. I was on when the dinosaurs were still roaming the earth.
You're funny. Well, Simpson Springs, somebody gave us a tip on. We didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew that they did water, but they have like an artisan market too. And on the weekends, they do live music. So we had gone out there and did a little, there's a reel on my website of what was out there. And in that tip, I would have never discovered had somebody not submitted it. So I guess my last words would be, check this out. Even if you've lived in the area for a long time, you'll probably discover things that you never knew were here, or something new. So.
And if you have a tip of a local place that maybe hasn't been covered, send that off to Danielle as well. She'll do her investigative work, make sure it's a quality place, and we'll be talking about that at one of the next times we meet. So Danielle Harbour from Entry Publishing and Be Local, thank you for joining us on the show today. We appreciate it. And we will see you at our next event. Our next event's coming up on the 17th. No, excuse me, the 19th, April 19th. We're going to be doing a ribbon cutting and a welcome to a new member, but we're going to hold it at Morin's Bar and Grill. And then hopefully we'll see you there, Danielle, and we'll see a lot of other folks. So
Sounds
folks,
great.
Thanks for coming out on this dreary, rainy afternoon. We appreciate it. And if there's anything that you think that we can do here at the Chamber, pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us an email. But most of all, stay safe, and thank you. Thanks once again to the crew over at AACS, Dave Angel, our producer, who's always very patient with me because I'm computer challenged. And we appreciate all the support that they give the entire community. So again, thanks, folks. We'll see you next time.